Good morning, overwhelming love of Jesus family. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the Samaritan story still matters. Not only does the story of the Samaritan woman that Jesus encountered at the well still matters, I would argue it matters more now than it ever has before. Because of the divisions and hostilities in our country that are playing out at this very moment, the example of Jesus' overwhelming love is more important than it ever has been. Because we have people who are being identified with Jesus whose messages are nothing like the messages, and more importantly, the actions of Jesus. We celebrate people who are spouting racist and divisive and dehumanizing accusations against people on a consistent basis. And they're being celebrated as Christians. This should be just totally unacceptable to anyone who has been blessed and loved by the overwhelming love of Jesus. And that is why the story of the Samaritan woman is so powerful. By all accounts of the norms of that time, Jesus should have had nothing to do with her. She was the wrong gender. She was the wrong race or ethnicity. She didn't, as a matter of fact, the norms of that time for the people of Israel were to avoid that area entirely because the Samaritans were there. And yet this woman, who again, she not only was the wrong race, let me finish, the wrong race, the wrong gender, and she was filled with a promiscuous lifestyle. Again, she was surprised when Jesus even spoke to her. But not only did he speak to her, he spoke to her without any condemnation. And he knew exactly the sins she had been committing. And he knew that she was off limits to the norms, given the norms of the time. But Jesus, did not, none of that stopped him from offering her living water. He found a point of connection because they were both at the well and they were both thirsty. And he offered her something better than what she could have possibly imagined. But it wasn't the offer that touched her. It was the fact that he demonstrated the fact that he knew her. He saw her for who she really was. And he was not put off. He was not dissuaded by her lifestyle and her background. And it was that excited her. She dropped the water that she had taken the time to collect and took off and had to talk to people in her town about this man who knew everything about her and still accepted her. And the result of that is that the people who she came to tell, they embraced Jesus not only because of what she said, but what they experienced for themselves. Now that is the example of Jesus and how he operated. And that overwhelming love is what is so important that we reinforce today in our world.